Welcome everyone to DT On Call, which is a conversation series by DialogTech. Today's a very exciting day. We have a special guest of Chris Pace, the Senior Director of Digital Marketing at Banner Health. Tell me about how now data and insights of the customer, I guess in your case, patients, has now led to your ability to be that sounding board. I think one of the interesting things that I am fascinated by is how teams really deploy and operationalize to do that. So I think in theory it all sounds great, and technologies all have to speak to one another and be compatible. So it's not always that easy. I'd love to hear about all the kind of key partners in your organization at Banner that play a role in that real-time messaging, credible source, orchestration.
The root of all this is hiring the right team. First of all, you have to have folks that are scalable and strategic. And so, we're a marketing team to a degree, but we're also really there's system designers, there's engineers, there's brand experts, and we have sort of built this team that understands how we work together horizontally and vertically. And, every organization that's large always has silos, and, we kind of hear about it in school, and then you kind of witness it in real life. And it's not sort of like malintent that's driving it. It's just, you get a lot of things to do. And sometimes communication is the silo that is created. So this year we noticed that, with all the changes in messaging and the fact that we had all this data about our customers, 3.2 million consumers in our database, but also over 1 million email addresses. So we have the power to really leverage that scale and personalize messaging, but also, provide meaningful conversation with our customers and, glean insights from it. And the only way you can really leverage that to its full potential is when everybody can participate. So we built out this meeting every week, every Friday, called cross-channel communications. So, our call center, which is really customer engagement center is what it's deemed as, because it addresses not only those, 10 million calls that come in a year, but also, inbound communications through social. They handle the customer service elements of it. And then we also have outbound, which is through our email channel, which allows us to proactively message. And then all the while we have advertising campaigns going through, my colleague Kate Gray on the brand advertising side. We have performance marketing and web and social that is under my pillar. We have earned media stories that go out through our PR senior director. And then we have a customer research layer, which is constantly polling our customers, both who have engaged with Banner and then outside of Banner. So in order to thread all of that, we need to collaborate. And so this C3 meeting, as we call it, is a way for us to hear what are the customers saying. So that's that real-time feedback that we get from our customer research team. And then what is the call center hearing from customers? We have NLP and all sorts of cool stuff that can sort of dissect why people are calling in. And, for one example was we had an issue where a lot of people were calling in about testing locations. Mm-hmm. And so we immediately took that information and brought it to the website, because we have I think every system now has some kind of alert card or something on their website that, has latest information about COVID. And so we were able to hear what customers are asking and then address it as sort of a frequently asked question, same day, within the hour, in fact. And then, hearing that our email team might be sending out a communication about online scheduling for primary care, we can prepare, an advertising campaign to align with it, or content on the website to talk about it. Because, if you're seeing that in one place, you might not respond right away, but it sticks to the back of your brain and you might Google it, and we need to show up with that information. But again, one hand knowing what the other hand's doing like makes this very seamless. And again, scale has been the most important keyword for us on our team this year, because without scale, we wouldn't be able to accomplish what we've been able to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable to hear the kind of behind the scenes logistical end, like how you mobilize, a team across states, across functions, with the pressure and the spotlight put on you, and just sort of the enormity of the subject matter. I mean, that's a lot to process.
And you asked about partners, and I think that's really another important piece of this, because, it's sort of this, with us, not for us mentality. And so like our IT partners, it's called DBT at Banner, Digital Business Technology. They are sort of the fulfillment engine of what we need to be successful and be able to scale. So building out Salesforce, building out, our site core environment on bannerhealth.com, building out the infrastructure for our call center. I mean, all of those things wouldn't be possible without a strong strategic IT partner that is lockstep. So, it's not just order taking, it's like building the strategy together. And then our clinical and physician partners, we launched online scheduling actually last year in 2019. And, we have a lot of doctors. I mean, thousands of employed physicians. And, in order for us to be present where consumers are, we needed to have a solution. And, I will guarantee that anybody watching this who works with physicians knows that physicians' schedule is like the holy grail. That's the who moved my cheese moment that could get you finding a new career if you don't approach this appropriately. So, changing a doctor's schedule or giving the appearance that they are losing control of their schedule is a no-fly zone. So in order for you to have success in that space, what we found was include them. We can't. What we know we can't do is present like 100 different appointment types to a consumer for one doctor. A 15-minute 15-minute new, 15-minute checkup, recheck, whatever. Like, you can't do that. You have to simplify it by length of time and am I new or existing? Like, that's about as much decision making as you want to put in front of a consumer. But behind the scenes, there's algorithms that like dictate all of this stuff based on what we know and what we've kind of signaled from the customer. And we stumbled out the gate trying to launch this thing, and we had to get something like 500 doctors on online scheduling in order for us to hit our success metric for Digital Front Door. And I believe today we're like almost 1,000, and we still have a couple days left in the year, and in that 3-year initiative. And really the thing that moved it was including the doctors, having folks on our team that can speak their language. So we have a nurse by trade that is really like our find a doctor whisperer, and she's been the one that's been able to work with those physician groups to get them on board. And it's one of those tipping points. Once you get like a critical mass of those that are on, FOMO kicks in, and then everybody has to be on. So by next year, we'll have doubled the online booking capability. But it took, the amount of effort to get the first 100 is so much more than getting the next 800. And it's the with us, not for us. When they felt like they were involved in making decisions, it made the world of difference.